sad you had to cry. No one's gonna live forever. So sad you had to die. No, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna play right now, cause I told you I wanted to do like an acoustic thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play right now, cause like I'm about to get into this cup, so let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now.
These eyes don't lie. Okay, you're right. That wasn't lie. You was right and I was wrong. But do you think, baby, that I'm wrong to think you wouldn't wanna hear my song? Oh, I think I need some therapy. Can you come here, baby? Come give me some clarity. It isn't fair to me. First you love me, now you hate me, you wanna bury me. Oh, you murder me, I think I need some therapy. Show you that I could be the man to be. This insanity. First you love me, now you hate me, you wanna bury me. But these eyes don't lie. Okay, you're right. That wasn't a lie. You was right and I was wrong. But do you think, shawty, that I'm wrong to think you wouldn't wanna hear my song? But I think I need some therapy. Can you come here, baby? Come give me some clarity. It's insanity. First you love me, now you hate me, wanna bury me. Oh, you murder me, I think I need some therapy. Baby, come here so I'll show you I'm the man to be. This insanity, still my heart now is feeling just like a burglary. Oh, I think I need some therapy. Can you come here, baby, so I get some clarity? It isn't fair to me. First you love me, now you hate me, wanna bury me. Oh, you murder me, I think I need some therapy. Think I need some therapy. Oh, I think I need some therapy. I need some therapy.
That was lit. That was lit. Now,
Betty.
before we get started on everything, Tell everybody what your name is.
How y'all doing? My name is Julian Rose. Everybody talking about, you know, they're this and they're that, but I'm just him.
Great. Let's take a shot before we get started. Cheers. Let's tap.
Let's get it.
So, what city we at right now?
Right now we're in my hometown. Right now we're in Hollywood. I grew up in North Hollywood. I went to an elementary school called Carpenter Elementary, which is about 11 minutes from where we are right now. And Hollywood has a special place in my heart because not only the history and, you know, my family, you know, my grandparents are from Fairfax, which, you know, not that many people know, but it's a historically Jewish neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And it's about 10 minutes from where I am right now. They met at Fairfax High School. I grew up in Studio City, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, we're 11 minutes from my elementary school. But I love Hollywood. You know, Hollywood isn't perfect. You know, there's a lot of, you know, unfortunately, we have to deal with a lot of bums, a lot of homeless people. I hate the word bums, so I don't know, but a lot of homeless people. And but Hollywood isn't perfect. But I think it in a weird way, it really reflects society because humans aren't perfect, you know. But there's so much beauty in the imperfections, and you know, Hollywood is so amazing. You know, they call it Hollyweird sometimes, but I love that because I feel like even though Hollywood isn't perfect, you know, I'm a weird person. I'm not like Mr. Cool Guy. I never will be, and I don't want to be because that shit is lame as fuck. I'm not fucking Mr. Cool Guy. I don't want to be the cool person. I love being weird, and that's like Hollywood is weird. Hollywood is Hollyweird. So I love this city, man. This is my city. You know.
So how you think so the Hollyweird is like kind of make out stick out, kind of like dream chasers, or do you think it's weird? It's like everybody's like an individual person.
Well, I mean, you know, Hollyweird is something that people know, and people have their own definitions for that word, right?
Right.
But I mean, everybody comes to Hollywood to chase their dreams, you know, and being from the city, where it's like, I thank God that I had the opportunity to chase my dreams, and knowing people who have done it. You know, and people who succeeded with it, and they came here from all over, and that's why I love Hollywood because people say LA's fake and this and that, but when you find your group out here, it's like when you get accepted, Hollywood is a place where you can get accepted for who you are, and as long as you're different and you're not trying to be not authentic. A lot of people don't want to be authentic, and that's why we have a lot of one-hit wonders in this generation. But a lot of people don't want to be authentic and they want to do something that they're not really about. But it's like Hollywood, I feel like genuinely, if you are who you are, you stand by that. It might take a little bit of time, but you will find the people in the group that accepts you. You know what I mean? So that's why I love this city. I mean, it's my city, you know?
That's good. So let's start the road. Who is Julian Rose?
I mean, the real question is, who isn't Julian Rose? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, I don't real know. You know, I like to say this, and this might sound cocky or whatever, but I'm music.
Okay.
That's who I am. You know, I started playing piano when I was 4 years old. Started playing guitar when I was 7. My whole family was in the music industry. A lot of them were successful, a lot of them weren't, but my whole family was in the music industry. So I grew up in a certain type of culture where, you know, I came out way too damn pretty. My mama saw me as a baby and she's like, okay, he can't be in the business, he needs to be on camera. You know what I mean? I'm just talking my shit, but, you know, what I do, and the reason why I do what I do, I don't got no job. You know what I'm saying? I just do music, and I hustle, and I do what I do because I have this fucking love for music, man. You know, and I don't love the same music as, let's say, 90% of the people who are my age, 20 years old. 90% of the people who are 20 years old, I don't feel like I love the same music as them because, you know, I just was exposed to so much beautiful music, and I love composition. You know, I play instruments, and that's just the shit that turned me on, man. It's making beautiful music that has a message, a positive message, and speaks to people and helps people get out of their situation. Because that's what music was for me.
So like, it sounds like you like real against it, like strings, everything like that. You like the classic stuff. So who would you say is like your top 5 inspiration that kind of just make you go hard?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I mean, the 2 artists, you know, I have a weird thing. You know, I love tattoos. I got a couple, and you know, I love music so much, but I never really wanted to get a logo or something that's super, you know, somebody else, because I am my own artist. But I get quotes, and the 2 quotes that I have tattooed on my body right here is, "Only God Could Judge Me," my favorite Tupac song, produced by George Clinton, who's a legend. Love George Clinton. I love funk. And the other quote I got is "What's Going On," which is the first jazz album that I learned on guitar, and that ushered me into jazz music. It's not a jazz, it's R&B and soul, but they use jazz chords on a music theory level. It really kind of like helped me evolve at 12 years old into the artist I am right now. So I, you know, definitely Tupac and Marvin Gaye are definitely in that 5. Other than that, I would really say Guns N' Roses, definitely, most definitely. And that's my favorite rock band of all time. Other than that, I'd say, shit, man, it gets hard. Because can I do 6?
Do 6.
I want to do Michael Jackson. Which when I say Michael Jackson, that also means, like, you know, Quincy Jones is part of that, because Quincy Jones produced a lot of that. Shout out to Quincy. Shout out to his grandson. His grandson tapped into my uncle, Reggie White. You know, shout out to the family. Quincy Jones really was instrumental in that. He's an amazing producer. He produced a lot of Michael's shit. So I say, like I said, so Marvin Gaye, Tupac, Guns N' Roses, Michael Jackson, Kanye West, and then fucking Outkast. I love Outkast. I love Outkast. I love Outkast.
Musical geniuses.
Say that again?
I said musical geniuses.
Yes.
Outkast, yeah.
Different. And they all have their own different lanes and vibe. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's it, man. I think that's what makes up Julian Rose, is those influences right there.
No, I feel that. So, what kind of made you want to get started, like, just doing music? Like, what made you just kind of like, you know what, I want to put this art piece out there?
So, the first song I ever wrote was when I was 7 years old. And I remember I was at a family party, and I grabbed the guitar, and you know, my mama, my grandmama, my dad, they're all like, "Hey everybody, Julian's about to play a song." And I played them. My first song was called Sunshine. You know, and it probably wasn't a masterpiece, but I was 7 years old, and everybody clapped for me. And that was my first instance of being a performer and feeling that, you know, because having my whole family look at me and appreciate that, you know, it just inspired me. Ever since then, I started making music. And, you know, growing up, you know, I always had girls around me because, you know, I was raised by women, so I know how to be smooth and everything, but I wasn't really, like, the most popular kid. But every time that I'd be depressed, whatever I was going through, my family and everything like that, you know, because everything wasn't always perfect all the time, I would just play guitar, you know, and I would just play guitar, play piano, and that was my comfort, and that's always my comfort. So, I'm 20 now. I turned 18, and I was engaged, right? And I was working. I had my own apartment at 18. I moved out at 18. And I wasn't going to school. I was working in construction. And I had a fiance. And I always kept the guitar and the piano. I always kept the songwriting with me, because no one could speak to me with music like how I could speak to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept that for me, and I just came to a conclusion where I was like, I have to do music because that's the only way I can stay sane. You know what I mean? I have bipolar disorder.
So you think like playing the guitar is kind of like like a therapy?
It's not even. It is my therapy, but it's not just the guitar. It's the whole lifestyle of being an artist, performing, inspiring people, talking to people, expressing myself. That's the only way I could operate in society. Because I was never happy until I did this. Because I just can't do normal shit. It's hard for me to even clean up after myself. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I just, my mind just doesn't go there. You know what I'm saying? I play 7 hours a day, but like, my mind just doesn't go to doing other shit. You know what I mean?
So music is your first love, correct?
It's like my only love. I love people so much. That's the thing. I really am a people person. I love human beings, but there's nothing that I can love more than my art. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything that I can love more than my art. Because it keeps me alive. Like in the most realest way, it keeps me living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I know you was telling me about like earlier, like you're Jewish.
Yes, sir.
And like being like a Jewish rapper and everything like that, how you feel about that?
I mean, being a Jewish artist is awesome. I feel like I have a unique perspective, and I've being a Jew, growing up we hear a lot of different things, and we hear about things that happened in the past tense. And I love living in the now and everything, but shit that's happened, it's not too far away. So I feel like it gives me a different perspective because I come from a culture of pain and persecution. You know what I mean? So it's like growing up with them kind of stories, Holocaust stories and stuff like that. It helps me put into perspective what really matters in the world, and what matters in the world to me is love.
Right.
If you have too much love in your heart, you can never go wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, unfortunately, we live in a world where some people got hate. You know what I mean? But if you just walk around with love, and when I say when you walk around with love, I'm not talking about just being a nice person. I'm talking about when you walk around with love.
Like genuine love.
If somebody brings you negativity, you try your best to spin it into positivity. And if you can't, you leave the situation. That's love.
Right.
I pray to God that I never have to say anything negative to somebody in the rest of my life, or even, especially not do anything physical. I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to be Mr. Tough Guy. And if somebody wants to be Mr. Tough Guy with me, respectfully, I got friends who are like tough guys and like to do that. And I will walk away. I don't want to be tough. I want to be peace.
So speaking of peace, like the whole Ukraine and Russia thing, like how do you feel about that? Like,
well, that's a loaded topic. But how I feel about that is, I feel like I'm a different type of human, man, because I just feel like any conflict can be resolved with just conversating.
right.
Like, and I know it sounds played out, but can't just everybody just get along? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, y'all got your land, they got their land, they got their whatever. Just let everybody coexist. And that sounds lame or whatever, or, played out. But it's like, bro, like, it's just so true. Some things that we've heard a lot are very true. And some things we've heard a lot are very wrong.
Right.
But when it comes to coexisting in peace, that always prevails, man. Because nobody should be fighting with no one, because at the end of the day, it's government versus government. Any war is government versus government. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Any war is government versus government, except the government never suffers. The people who suffer are the people. You know what I'm saying? So no war is ever good. You know what I mean? Because people always are the ones who suffer, who don't deserve it, the innocent people. So I mean, I just, for me to sit here and say some person's right and some person's wrong, it's like crazy, because it's like I never even been in those countries.
Right.
But for me to say what I say is universal. And it's just all about coexisting. And you know what I fight for and fight against?
What's up?
I fight against violence. I fight against violence, I fight against negativity.
Correct.
So I can't be on no one side who's really at war. So that's why I'm on my own side. It's Julian Rose. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
That's what it is, man.
So what's you got coming up? Like, you got any new music? You have like any new museums? You guys come out?
So at the end of this month, April, we got my single coming out. We got a music video coming out. The next month we got another music video coming out. We're doing a music video and a single every month for the next 4 months. Not only that, I'm blessed to know that I got some dates coming up, in state and out of state, and autumn dates are gonna be on my website. Everything's gonna be promoted on my Instagram. And got a lot of great stuff coming up, man. A lot of great stuff.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
Find me on Instagram, Julian__Rose. And I'm not looking for I ain't really looking for stream. I ain't really looking for fake shit. If y'all really fuck with the energy and fuck with the message and fuck with the music, y'all can find me on Julian__Rose. That's my Instagram. Y'all can tap in with me. I got my website, JulianRose.com. Y'all can tap in with me and find me, because what I'm building is something that's real. A lot of people like to act like they're real and talk about real things, but they ain't really talking about real things, And for me, I'm looking for people who don't necessarily feel like they fit in, right? I've never felt like I fit in until I created something of my own. I love weirdness. And anybody who's positive, and anybody who wants to be different, has a place with Julian Rose. You know what I'm saying?
Is anything else you want the world to know about you?
So what was that?
Is anything else you want the world to know about you?
Yeah. They gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? They gonna find out, but I want the world to know that I do this music thing and I live the way I live. And it's not, the way I live is, it's very hard because it's stressful on me, but I do it for 3 reasons. And these 3 reasons allow me to feel like I can continue living as a bipolar person. But the 3 reasons I do what I do for is, number 1, of course, for the music. I love art and I love music. That's my art. That's what I love. Number 2 is for God. And when I say it's for God, people try to put a lot of words to try to distract us from what God is, but God is the omniscient being watching over us, and God is the universe, and God is Allah. God is all those things for me. I do it for the music, for God, and I do it for people because I love human beings and I sympathize with all types of human beings. It don't matter. I have just a different kind of love for people, and I love everyone. So those 3 reasons keep me going. And I guess if I wanted the world to know one thing, I want the world to know my reasons, and those are my reasons.
Already. Let's check it out. Everything.
Julian Rose on Apple Music, Spotify. Y'all can find me, Julian Rose. Y'all be able to figure it out.